So solar is now coming up in a lot of real estate transactions, and the problem is not the solar itself, but it's the lack of understanding behind the solar. So today I'm joined by real estate agent and solar expert and my husband, Billy Okoye. He's gonna break some things down clearly for us, for buyers, sellers, realtors, and homeowners. Hey!
Hello, everybody.
So just wanna ask you, what is solar and what is the purpose of solar?
Solar, it's renewable energy. People hear solar panels. Solar panels, you use it to reduce your cost of electricity. You use the solar panels to convert sun into electricity and in turn don't have to depend on the grid.
You are a homeowner and you are looking to even get solar. What is that process like?
Okay, so I guess first thing is to make sure that you're talking to a reputable company. For the big yeses, we always tell clients that you need to get yes from the solar company, in which case they've looked at your house, looked at your electrical, make sure that everything is in compliance. And then they get the permits from the county, whichever county that you live in, to make sure that your house is indeed in compliance. And then they go to utility company to get a final yes. So those are the three big yeses that we discuss in solar. You'll find that when people want to go solar, there are three things they want to know. Where will it go on my roof? How much will it cost me? And what is my savings? But when we look at sun power, it's how much space do you have on your roof and what is your sun power? Sun power is how much sun does hit your roof. So these solar panels thrive on the sun. You'll agree that in December, January, we'll have the least amount of daylight. So you find that that's when you don't accumulate a lot.
Okay.
But again, we're discussing 2 months out of 12. The companies really serve as a backup for your house in case you lose power. They'll supply you power, because that's the question we'll always ask. Does it mean that if we lose power, or if we use up the kilowatts that we'll get from the sun, our lights will go off? No, your lights will never go off. What happens is the utility company serves as a backup, instantly starts to give you power.
Okay.
And that they're also there to buy your unused kilowatts from you. That's where you see your friends tell you, we get a check every month, I got $40, $70 every month. That's your unused kilowatts that you're selling back to utility company.
Sometimes, like, a lot of us know about solar, about people knocking on our door, asking us about solar, but tell us a little bit about the process. Like, if we were interested and we heard a lot about it, what would be the process of getting solar?
So first process is to have the desire to learn, to be open. Just be open. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, no problem. You're still getting power the same way you're buying it. Is to look at, do you have the roof space? Do you have sun hitting your roof? Or do you have trees around your roof? If you do have a lot of trees, it's blocking the sun, because these solar panels thrive on sun.
Okay.
So when we look at your utility bill, it will calculate your annual kilowatts, meaning your usage for the year, right? Then our job is to find the amount of panels to generate the amount of kilowatts that you use per year.
Okay.
That's the process. We call NEM. That's an agreement between you and the utility company that whatever power you generate in your house, they cannot charge you for it.
Okay.
Whatever power. And in solar, we describe power with kilowatts. So whatever kilowatts you generate with your solar panels, the utility company will agree not to charge you for it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But in return, purchase from you,
Okay.
say the unused kilowatts that your roof has gotten. So that's the process. And once we get the 3 yeses, we'll just call you and say, are you ready to go solar now?
Okay.
We'll schedule install. My guys will come out there and install. Up until that time, you can cancel. It's called cancellation period.
Okay.
So there's really what you're signing on the day that that we come up to your property. It's your transition, and just for us to help you to get all the permits.
Okay.
So that cancellation period lasts up until we come in and go up in your roof and install. Once we install, then you have that agreement. Now you're in agreement.
Okay, good. And how long does that typically take from beginning to end?
Depending on the county, we'll see typical between 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Unless we run into issues If all checks out, after about 6 weeks.
What should homeowners be looking at when they sign that original solar agreement where they have that 5-week period?
Okay, so in that contract, they need to make sure that it's transferable. That's key. Because we've seen a few companies that enable to transfer the solar. So make sure with Sunrun, all our contracts are transferable.
So it sounds like solar could be a good thing. So if somebody wants to get solar, what's the process?
So there are two ways to own solar. We can break that down. It's either you pay outright for it or you do PPA, which is leasing, right? In the owning it is that you write cash or you get a loan. Those are two different things. Or you lease it, which is PPA. If you're doing PPA, it will probably about 6 weeks max.
From when you start the process. With solar panels, your roof has to be in a certain condition to be able to have solar, correct?
Correct. Remember when I said that we got 3 big yeses? The yes from the solar company, the yes from the county, and the yes from the utility company. So part of what happens when we try to get the first yeses, they look at your roof to make sure that it's in the condition. It's not on the end of life, because at a point, you're not going to be responsible for 10 years, right? So if there are no falling shingles and there are no electrical issues and you're in compliance, they will approve your house. Then we'll go to the county to make sure that you don't have building code violations. And then we'll go to the utility companies to make sure that they will be able to connect to your property. You don't have an illegal meter, you don't have anything, that they'll be able to buy your unused kilowatts. And so once this person signs a contract, the first step will be to schedule a site survey, which really will come out to your property within 2 days or 3 days, depending on the county. There's some counties that allow what we call the fast trade, where we can do the survey right there on your property. In the DMV, if you live in Montgomery County, Howard County, Baltimore County, we can do the survey right there. Where we go around, take a photo of your property, look at your circuit breaker, look at your roof, the angles on your roof, to see the condition of your roof. Because once the house passes, then anything that happens to your roof at that point for 10 years, it's on the solar company. Depending on the solar company. I can just speak from the company that I work for.
Okay. And you work for?
Right now, I work for Autograph Solar, powered by Sunrun. So Sunrun is the biggest solar company in America. And customer service is great.
Absolutely.
That's why I smile all the time. I happily smile when I put solar panels on my client's roof.
Did it go away now, the solar credits that homeowners used to get for going solar?
So that's a key thing that unfortunately the big beautiful bill, it did affect that, the solar credit, December 31st, 2025. That solar credit got dropped off. But there's still incentive to own it.
So if a homeowner is putting their house on the market, what do they need to know about solar?
So what the homeowners need to have as they prepare to put their home on the market, you need to go whoop up that contract, that agreement that you signed with the solar company. You need to review that so they can see the terms that you agreed on a few years ago. A, to see the balance on the loan, to know if there's a prepayment penalty, and to also know if there's a time limit that you can sell it without paying penalty. Make sure that you have the agreement that you signed with the solar company.
That's right.
That's the very first thing. In that contract, you will find out if it's transferable, meaning if you did buy it outright, clearly it's your product at that point. You could just, no paperwork done, you could just hand over. If it's paid off, there's no loan on it, it just transfers with the house, easily. If it's a lease or if there's a loan used to purchase the panel, then you want to look at that contract because you want to make sure that it's transferable.
If you are the listing agent that's working for the seller, what are some things that you need to make sure that you get from the seller?
Absolutely, you, the listing agent, need to review that contract because you want to know what is the monthly payment. What is the balance on the loan? Because the balance at the time when the seller took out the loan is no longer the balance. I need to know what the balance. You also want to find out if there's a prepayment penalty, because sometimes the homeowner might not know. In the excitement of signing the loan, they didn't read the fine print to know prepayment. Don't even know what a prepayment penalty. Prepayment penalty really is when you pay off the loan sooner than the terms of the loan. So that you use the form called solar disclosure. You must use that because it has specific terms, industry terms that it must convey.
Yeah, what I like about that disclosure is that you have to put who the solar company is, if you know the balance and if you know the monthly obligation, you put all of that in there, and that way you can disclose to the buyer. So disclose, disclose, disclose. What does a buyer need to have to qualify for solar?
In the minimum 640 credit score to qualify for the solar, and that's if they are assuming a loan.
Okay.
If they're doing a PPA, they would do what we call a soft pull.
So, and then if I'm a buyer's agent and I'm helping a buyer to purchase a property with solar, what do I need to make sure I'm pointing out to them?
You need to be pointing out to them that the great house has got solar, let's go get the one that has solar. But ultimately, you want to make sure that they know the contract, they know the terms, they know what they're going into, which is the loan amount, and that they know the monthly payment. I want to encourage buyers that solar panel in the house that you're buying, it's an addition, not a liability.
So it seems like solar can absolutely be a benefit when everyone knows what is going on.
People that understand how solar works and know the savings go solar like yesterday.
Of course, if they have any additional questions, we're going to put your contact information. They can call you, and you can kind of go into details. I know you could talk about solar all day long. So thank you for joining us.
I'm loving solar, because now that we got involved with solar, when I'm out showing properties, there's something called south-facing roof and north-facing roof, east and west. I'm out looking at homes that have south-facing roof. Where my clients are interested in, oh man, I love the house, I love it. I'm looking at the roof. Does that roof qualify? Is that roof in good condition? How about those trees? Because it costs you about $2,500 to cut a tree. So I'm looking out for you on how to save you money in the long run.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely.